Yeah, I'm gonna record you now. You're putting your finger and stuff. Let me record you on both phones. Y'all screen record this for me. Let's do it. Whatever you want to do, sir. You want to introduce yourself? You have about 900 people watching you if you would like to. Feel free to introduce yourself if you would like. Okay. It's my pleasure. You enjoy your breakfast when it comes. So, anyways, well,
Black bone Quisha fatigue, loud and obnoxious. I ain't got no remedy towards this. I can say, stay away from them. Easier said than done, and I respect that. What y'all gonna do? We gotta sound this alarm. We gotta make it not cool to act like this in public. And how does that start? With so many people raising and sounding the alarm. Stop. Your silence is violence.
Shout out to my guy Jay Prince. He got this tendency as well. Go live everywhere y'all go, and then y'all run into people who don't like it, every once in a while, and y'all have issues.
Look at this ninja. Look at him.
Like you said, this dude obviously is entitled, probably entitled prick, but two things could be true.
You see them khaki cargo shorts and that V-neck shirt, man. Heck yeah, he think he owned the place.
So here we go.
okay. It's my pleasure. You enjoy your breakfast when it comes. So, anyways, well, your lunch. When
A few moments later.
my kids' school got me so messed up at this moment, they're going to give my kids a black bag with their name on it. Gorgeous was like, Mom, did you sign us up for a program or something? And I'm like, no, I didn't sign you up for anything. What is that? She was like, I don't know. The school gave us these black bags and it has food in it. And I said, did they give the bags to everybody? And Gorgeous was like, no, they just like selected me and Amazing and another kid, but nobody else. So I said, hold on, let me call this school and see why they gave you and your brother a black bag of free food. So I called the school. They talking about they got a new organization that dropped in some free bags of food called Feeding Empty Little Tummies. I said, so you gave my kids, free bags of food from an organization called Feeding Little Empty Tummies without my consent. Do my kids look motherfucking hungry to y'all? Do my kids look like I don't fucking feed them? That's offensive. I ain't signed no mother permission slip.
Here we go.
Here!
One thing about Peach, I don't think this is so egregious, but her thing is, like my guy JP, anything is content to them. So when something happened, a light bulb goes off in their head. You're like, oh, they sent y'all home? The school sent her kids home with food. Like, here, we got a program, we feeding the kids. I'm not sure who they gave it to, but they gave it to your kids. If you don't want it, throw it away, But nah, Peach said, this is content. It's up now.
I'm not poor. This that poverty mindset. See that? You got to shake that. It's like, why are you giving us free food? We can afford ours. I said it once. Show kids talk. Kids, they get comfortable when they just start talking. Peach, you have been homeless. You don't think your kids been sitting there talking and they ain't accidentally on purpose saying, yeah, we was homeless for a while. That could have transpired. So please stop it. But that's this poverty mindset. Don't give us
for y'all to get my.
Oh, my bad. And the crazy part is she was just up here bragging. Her kids go to like this white private school around white folks. And she was bragging. She was issuing on people, talking about how her kids' school was so dope. All right. And y'all live in the ghetto. But now you get around them good white folks and they sending your black kids home with black bags full of noodles and oodles.
Top ramen. What? She was mad. She pulled out that bag. What if it was top ramen and everything in there was grape flavored, grapefruit snacks, grape soda, grape potato chip?
Do my kids look like I don't fucking feed them? That's offensive. I ain't signed no motherfucking permission slip for y'all to give my motherfucking kids no free motherfucking food. I'm so pissed off. They was like, oh, it's no malicious intent. First of all, we're at a predominantly white school. You're going to select, and I don't care when people, oh, you want to use the race card. The race card does matter. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna give my 2 black kids some free motherfucking food from an organization called Feeding Empty Little Tummies.
Feeding Empty Little Tummies, Felt. It's the Felt program. All right. And like I said, it's not so egregious. They sent your kids home with food. Worst thing during these times, right? They're like, hey, I don't know. Like she said, it could be race. Her kids is the only few black kids in the school, and they happen to get the bags. And she trying, I guess some of the other kids didn't get it. I don't know.
Now, she did state that, you know, some other kids other than hers got it. Are those other kids black as well? Like there could be something. We're not acting like there's not. However, there's ways of going about correcting these actions. And this ain't it. Sitting there yelling and cussing and race card. What you do is, I've done it time and time. I've had to do this. You walk in like you got some sense. You sit down and you articulate yourself. You talk. You let them know who you are, where you stand. You gotta let them know that you stand on business by who you have become through life. You got to do it. But going there, oh, this is my baby. Y'all trying to embarrass me. They're gonna call the law on you.
Like my kids need some mother food. I pay for school lunch. My kids' school lunch not mother free.
They're gonna call the law.
They got me so mad. I can't even like contain myself. I feel like it was malicious, and I feel like it was racist as fuck. Don't you do no shit like that ever again in your life. She was like, well, you're welcome. And I said, don't tell me that I'm motherfucking welcome. I'm talking about flipping out. She was like, no, I was saying you're welcome to bring the food back. Yeah, let's take this shit back. Y'all finna get this shit back. Don't you do no shit like that ever in your motherfucking life. Whoever gave my kids this motherfucking food, don't ever play with me like that. From no organization called Feeding Little Empty Tummies. Bitch, if y'all had extra food, give it to a whole motherfucking class. Don't you ever single out my motherfucking kids to give some free food from an organization called Feeding Little Mother. Bitch, if I go home and show you hoes my pantry, you bitches might cry. Got me fucked up. A Peach Batch, I just had to call my husband to assist me with calming down because I really feel like they got me messed up. My son Tracy, when he went to his whole school got bags of food similar to this, the whole school. But to single out my children, and I'm talking about random, you got my kids' names on this fucking bag, talking about feeding empty little tummies. Got me messed up. Y'all better not never, ever in y'all life pick my kids to be the kids with empty little tummies.
Yeah! Peach. Peach is, see, a lot of times it's hard to read her because she does it all for content. So she puts on a lot. I think she kind of, missing a few screws. So,
listen here. Pride. Y'all called it in the chat. Pride comes before the fall. This is all pride. Listen there. I think if I remember correctly, for a while, our kids was getting free lunches and we let it go along as they was doing it. How dare you give my kids free food? Who cares? Like, I kind of understand what she's saying, but this is you know, I get it. Kids come home, hey, mommy, the teachers gave us these bags for our starving little tummies. You sit there and you're like, what? That's crazy. You laugh it off and you are content because you like, we're not poor. We're not impoverished. It was a misunderstanding and whatever. And you let it go. And like y'all said in chat, then you meet the teachers. So it's this chess. Life is chess, not checkers. I don't even know how to play chess. Never played chess in my life, but I played in real life. You wait and you show up on parent teacher conference, looking the way you're supposed to look, talking and acting the way you're supposed to. And then you sit there and indirectly rub that in their face. You show up like, hey, I appreciate you guys giving my kids the bags. We appreciate it. You know what we did? We went around and we actually donated to the food pantry because I told my kids don't be selfish. They always eating lobsters and filet mignon, but we appreciate it. You see how you did that? And they got to sit there and and they got to eat that. But when you show up like this, you feed the stereotype. Stop.
Like noodles, little bootleg cereal and shit like that. I told my kids, y'all not eating that. I'm about enraged. I'm so upset. Like, don't ever play with my motherfucking kids like this. Your life, how you assume that gorgeous Underwood and amazing Underwood got empty little tummies? I pay for school lunch. It ain't free. Better stop playing with me. They can't open it up. Better get this shit back. I don't know who played with my kids like this, But you better not do it no more. Office closed at 4:15 p.m. Current time is 4:08. I dropped my kids off at tutoring.
Hi there, how may I help you?
I came to bring y'all back this food.
My God.
I don't know which one of y'all had the bright idea to make this for my children, but don't ever play with my kids like this ever again. Whoever you need to talk to, my kids don't have no fucking empty tummies. Don't
My
ever
God.
do that. Don't ever do that. Ever again. Ever again. Don't play with my kids. I'm dead serious. You fuck about nobody else's kids in this motherfucking school, and I don't give a fuck if they kick my kids out of this school. Don't ever in y'all fucking life choose my kids to
Look at security back there following her out. They said, "What's going on?" He said, "This woman tripping." And look at Becky and them back here.
do that. Don't ever do that. Ever again. Ever again. Don't.
So that's the dude back there that followed her out, I guess. I don't know. This is the administrative people up front. Obviously, they probably ain't got nothing to do with it, but hey, she got to take it out on somebody.
That's it. This, I used to say this is kid behavior, but it's not. It's immature and underdeveloped behavior. She is not. What's your desired outcome, sister? She just said it walking out. Yeah, your kid's about to get kicked out of this school and you don't care. What if they care, woman? Y'all, this is wicked. But the guy in Arkansas, she right. They won't play with my kids either. I don't care how much my kids get punished by my actions. They ain't gonna play with mine either. Keep it up.
Wood Ranch. Do that. I'm dead serious. You fuck about nobody else's kids in this motherfucking school, and I don't give a fuck if they kick my kids out of this school. Don't ever in y'all fucking life choose my kids to be the kids that got empty fucking tummies. The fuck, that's so offensive. Peach Patch. Today is Friday, September 26, 2025. Current time is 2:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm currently in front of my kids' school, Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy. I emailed both principals, the principal at the lower school as well as the principal at the upper campus. I also emailed feeding empty little tummies and some more people as well in regards to what happened with my children. My kids' principal called me and asked for a meeting. Hey, sorry, already.
I need you. You want to go here? Come on, I'll go out with you. Come on. But can you please turn it
Have the meeting due to me recording, then we just won't have the meeting.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All
I
right.
would have liked to.
Yep, I understand. So we're not going to have this meeting because if I can't record and they're already ambushing me, it doesn't make sense.
So here we go. We just seen this a few weeks ago, Raquel. Trey Taylor, crew tractor. All right, the young dude showed up. The police was remember the police was at the shop. All right, they like, you can't film, and he left. So I get it. A lot of times you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself, right? She show up. She like, why the cops here already? Why y'all ambushing me? Because you came in here hostile. Now, I think the young man in the fishing video didn't deserve that treatment, but nor do she. I mean, it is what it is, but they ain't did nothing. They are simply protecting themselves. Because you came in hostile, I don't see anything wrong.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. X. Yeah, I was about to say, it's a difference between that brother and her. She went in there being y'all. That's why I say you ladies, these modern hyenas, to be specific, they do not respect violence. You can't come here being all aggressive and think people just going to take that lightly. It's not. You have created...
I would say if this was the hood, it wouldn't be necessary. Y'all see, this is a preparatory academy. She probably pays to send her kids here. This ain't no bull jive.
She definitely paid to send her kids there. Let's talk about it. I swear to goodness, I feel like she may have kind of wished this to happen. Because as we document her, Mr. X pointed out, she goes from being eaten hound the hog to literally evicted and homeless. It's a wild roller coaster ride she goes on. Maybe she trending back down towards being evicted. She's like, I can't afford this. And she happy they came home with them bags. I got to make sense out of why she is sabotaging her kids' education and she paying probably top dollar. Makes no sense.
I need you. You want to go here?
It doesn't make sense. So what I'm going to do is do what I already have started doing. I tell y'all all the time, I make $20,000 minimum a month as a content creator. Let's go get 20 ratings. Oh, wait. They're only gonna let me get $10,000 max at this bank. So we'll have to drive to another one to get another $10,000. Let's go. Navy Federal, my favorite Navy Federal. To withdraw $10,000 from my checking account, please. So the representative made a mistake and put it as a cashier's check instead of cash. So she said she now has to issue me the cashier's check, deposit the cashier's check, and then give me the cash back. Patches, the cashier's check that she did accidentally. So we're going to go ahead and sign it and put it back in my account and then get it in cash. This has never happened to me before, but humans make mistakes.
This is Peach. This is her. Now, this is her real content. This is what I like to see. She's a troll. So the people in the comments talking this and that, y'all, you broke, whatever. Peach said, I make $20,000 a month minimum. And that's on the low end. She's been up here talking about she make $80,000, no more than that a month. So it varies. But she said minimum, I make 20 bands a month. So let me go in here and withdraw $20,000. Yeah, she like to have her cash too. She don't leave that money in that account. She go and get it out every time. Let me get my money. And they need cash in hand. And they're going to spend it all every month.
Absolutely egregious at best. And I see what she's doing. You see how she walked into this bank requesting $10,000? Tattered rags. I kind of respect and like what she doing, because she like, you know what? I'm going to fit a stereotype, but I got bread. And I want y'all to treat me like I ain't got the bread, and I'm gonna act a whole manky up in this bank. Go ahead with your rebellious self.
And some of y'all in the back, if y'all are not familiar, this is Peach. All right. She got 9 kids and a husband, and allegedly all the kids is by him. So it's her. They are a family of 11. There's 11 people in this house, and they bring home, he done been known to make over $1 million a year most years.
And got nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
This is
renting. Yeah, she bounces around renting big houses, big lakefront, big,
pure ignorance. You ain't never seen a person get evicted but be at Disney World before you seen Peach. That's got to be a plus. That need to make the Guinness Book of World Records.
Go ahead and sign it and put it back in my account and then get it in cash. This has never happened to me before, but humans make mistakes. I'm gonna go ahead and sign the back. Now we're gonna go ahead and count them. My favorite part. Going to head to the counter. I'm gonna stand behind here. Yep, I know the drill.
This is poverty.
Get him, Peach. Get him. What that money count do? Oh no.
Yep, I know the drill.
Yeah. Boom, shakalaka. 10,000. 10 wax. She be in the comments. When last time one of you broke women seen 10 wax? She said, your baby daddy ain't got 10 wax. Ain't nobody in your family got 10 wax. This is how she talks to the chat. This is her. She got one of the biggest egos on the internet.
And her man stay cheating on her. I tell her, yeah, listen here. Tell the whole part, say, I got 10 wax cash. I will be evicted, by the midway through this year. But while I'm getting evicted, we will be in Dubai, and my husband will be cheating on me with this $10,000 money phone to his head while he doing it. Tell the whole truth, Peach.
Thank you. It's from videos like this. This is done. Still not going to get my hair done. One of y'all had the bright idea to make this for my children, but don't ever play with my kids like this ever again. Whoever you need to talk to, my kids don't have no fucking empty tummies. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Ever again. Ever again. Don't play with my kids.
Okay, this is what Peach should have did when she went to the school. Hi, I am deeply hurt and concerned because my kids was labeled as kids with empty tummies. I make over $1 million a year, and I'm just trying to just comprehend why this situation happened. And also, I'm very concerned because the kids that actually need it in this school did not receive it. Only it seems as though the black children in the classroom received the free food. So I'm just trying to figure this situation out. Can you please help me? Thank you. That's how you should have handled it, and lawyer up. But
And like I said, shout out to Mr. Walker. So yeah, I mean, this woman wilding with that. She looking rough, but nonetheless, she ain't off base, I guess.
There you go. Ladies, man, y'all femininity is y'all power. Kill them with kindness. That's how you do. That was more direct. That'll work more than one way to properly skin a cat, but I like the more indirect way. Like I said, you address it as if it's just an afterthought. You address it at the parent-teacher conference weeks or months later. Yeah, that didn't faze me. But the fact that you made time to show up, you see, you gotta learn how to really drive it home. Raquel, feel me? You sitting there and you show up all dressed in your Lulu, whatever, and then you give this spiel. Hey, but you don't sit there and say you concerned. I appreciate it, and we did this. You make it seem like it was not a problem at all, and they gotta swallow that.
When you go in there ghetto like she did, it just made the stereotype of us even worse. And she really didn't get her point across as well. When you're angry, you really don't get your point across. So I understand because I get it why she went up in there and hit it and threw the food. But she didn't get nothing accomplished. Yeah. But hopefully that will help her in her lawsuit because she got the evidence. Hopefully that could be added evidence. That shit crazy.
Lawsuit.
I'm gonna address something. Y'all know my kids also attend the same school as Peach McIntyre kids.
Actually, we didn't know that, but continue.
And then the video, when she was talking about they gave her kids a bag that said feeding little tummies in there, and she asked Gorgeous who all got one, and Gorgeous replied, her and her siblings and another little girl. My daughter was the other little girl.
Let me see if I got this correct. So my daughter and your daughter, two little black girls, were the only two kids that happened to be black and girls in that entire class that received free food from feeding empty little tummies, even though you didn't apply for anything and I didn't apply for anything. They just decided out of all the kids, because they told me it was completely random, out of all the kids in my daughter's class, your daughter's class, they decided to only give it to the two black students in the entire class.
Daughter was the other little black girl. I just feel like they were definitely racially profiling, because what makes y'all think that our kids could afford to go to Lakewood Rich Preparatory Academy but can't afford to have their little tummies filled? Like, this is just crazy.
I agree.
Well, no, I don't. Two things is true. The level of ignorance, I've seen y'all do much more ignorant things. All right, y'all be getting evicted and y'all kids be wearing $200 Jordans and have $1,000 iPhones. What are we talking about? Y'all are known to do some of the most ignorant stuff known to man. So they like, just because these kids go to this school, they might have just here on a wing and a prayer.
We have yet to understand how condemning video, audio documentation is. It's gonna start happening. Yeah, shout out to Kundra. It's gonna start happening. Imagine this sister sitting here trying to say, "Oh, y'all damaging my reputation. How dare y'all do this? How dare y'all assume that my kids is poor?" And just imagine one of these teachers or the principal say, "Roll that beautiful bean footage of Peach, telling the world that she's evicted, but still at Disney World. Roll this bean footage of her. This is why we seen her. She's a public figure, Your Honor, and she was getting evicted. We were just trying to be caring. It's over. It's over. Trying to prove malicious intent is one of the hardest things you can do if it's not clear cut and dry like it is with Kundra.
That our kids could afford to go to Lakewood Rich Preparatory Academy but can't afford to have their little tummies filled. Like, this is just crazy.
I agree. I'm thinking to myself, A lot of y'all in my comments talking about, well, my kids get that free bag of food. My kids get that on the weekends. Baby, our kids have school tomorrow. Today was Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. They have school tomorrow. What made y'all say on a random Thursday, we're going to give Peach McIntyre 2 black kids and another little black girl that happens to be in class with Peach McIntyre's daughter, who's also black, feeding empty little tummies free food, but not the rest of the class. The rest of the class don't need it.
And not only that, y'all sent her home with a soccer sign up with a registration cost of $250. Y'all think that we can't feed the little tummies, but we can pay $250 for them to play soccer? Like, make it make sense. Like,
That doesn't make sense to me either.
that school is predominantly white. Let's be clear on that. It is predominantly white.
It truly is predominantly white, with the black or African American community only representing 3% of the.
Not even. As you see, 2.8%. So the white man's ice is always colder. I get it. Education is a fragile thing. You know, we all want our kids to have the best, but you really don't want them, you know, in the inner cities or in these public schools, because it's much worse. But I mean, your mom is Peach McIntyre. She just, it starts with her. I think the kids are fine. It's you. It's the adults.
Here you go. It all starts at home. I know he got demonized, but Bill Cosby, one of the first people to say it, then got pushback before all of those wild things came up. Gotta go back to the parents, and that's just the truth. Mr. X experienced that being a coach. You can sit here and try to pour into these kids all you want. You can give it your life and soul. However, if they are going back into an environment that's not going to reinforce the proper teaching, you are banging your head off a brick wall.
At Lakewood Ranch Prep.
And our kids are really the only black kids there. But come on now. Say you racist without saying you racist.
My computer dirty, but the haters gonna say, oh, it's fake. It's a screenshot. It's fake.
She said, quit playing with me. Yeah. Pete said gross volume, as you see, 951,000, almost $1 million. I don't know what we looking at, right? Don't know what the timeline, where it's coming from. But Pete said, look, all right, $1 billion.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Should mean something, but it doesn't. That should mean a lot. That should mean the world, really. That should be a stable standard of living as long as you don't screw it up. But that's the big if. She's currently actively and ragingly screwing the money up. Burning through it. It's
and
burning
she's
a
just
hole
coming off of a gambling addiction. So she I believe 3 months clean now. She 3 months clean off a gambling addiction, and she claimed her husband is like 9 months clean off of alcohol addiction. So they both clean because they was burning the money. She was gambling. She had a real bad gambling problem. Don't know what or where she was gambling. And her husband was drinking and tricking, and they were just blowing through the money.
Anybody jealous? Now y'all see why she's trying to make. She wants folks to be jealous of her existence. Y'all broke, y'all broke. She is an impoverished person with money. Nothing will come from. That's why she don't have nothing to show. She's still renting. You done made $1 million and you still renting. All right.
Hey, it's Jessica. Welcome to a little bit of a Fun Facts Friday.
Hi, Jessica. I'm Peaches McIntyre, but on the internet, they call me Peach.
We have now been serving this school year for 7 weeks in a row. We're really excited about that.
Congratulations. I'm sure parents who need your services are excited too.
Our goal and main mission is to get food in the hands of kiddos that might need it.
Jessica, that's not what your mission statement on your website where you ask for donations states. It actually reads, our mission to pack and deliver meals to food-deprived children in our community. That's what it reads on your website.
And so
this is her. This woman here is the director or whatever of this film, feeding hungry little children. You know, she runs the program. And Peach is doing all this. She's making a big deal out of it because it's content. Nothing more, nothing less. She can literally make money out of just keeping it going, filming it, getting, all of this is bread.
Am I the only one that sees the backlash that happens from this? I was one of those kids with empty little tummies. I would have been ecstatic to get that bag. Do you not see the backlash now? Now let's say, another melanated couple, comes in, put their kids in there, or a couple. And let's say, they do fall on hard times. Now they're going to say, hey, now just look at it. Now the melanated mom comes and say, hey, why can't little Rontavious get a little bag of something? Why y'all count him out? They'll say, last time we gave a little melanated kid anything free, we got in trouble. That's how I look at, because they're not just going to let this go.
We jumped in this year. I think that this is the third or fourth year in a row. I apologize for not knowing that exactly, but I think this is the third or fourth year that we have been able to start serving the children immediately.
Me personally, I'm so happy to hear that you guys have been able to jump in immediately and start serving children who are food deprived.
Our numbers grow throughout the year, and we started with just a few hundred kids in a few schools the first week of school. We are now in 46 schools.
This woman. So here we go. Yeah, her husband is Nug Nug. Yeah, he ain't got no. Her husband is Beta Nug Nug. All right, she the breadwinner, and it is what it is.
Like I said, Peach, she gets off on trying to make people envy for her lifestyle. But there ain't one sane woman that envies her existence. Her man don't want nothing to do with her. He gone. He is probably in some random coup de kata right now. Y'all like, so where he at? Hunching. And she knows it.
And this week we served 1,352 children.
Jessica, that's awesome. However, I'm the mother of gorgeous Underwood and amazing Underwood, and they both attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy. Had your company, your organization, followed normal protocol, you could have saved money and only served 1,350 students, because my two students, they aren't food deprived.
So I've been getting asked a lot of questions. We have a lot of new volunteers as well. And so we figured it's time for a Fun Facts Friday.
Ooh, Jessica, I love facts. Can't wait to hear. Let's go. Let's do it. As Speech Patch, feeding empty little tummies, aka felt, is a real program. I know, I was shocked too. It has been in Manatee County since 2010. In my opinion, the name feeding empty little tummies is already offensive. Why not call it full little tummies or filling little tummies?
There we go.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
Why does it matter what it's called if it's helping people? So let's say you was a poor mom that needed the food. I mean, what does it? She said, I'm offended by the name.
Anything that is triggering or offensive, Mr. Walker urges y'all to look into that. If somebody sits there and says, oh, you big, you fat, and your emotions get roused up, don't get mad at them. Look in the mirror and change yourself. I'm telling y'all, she is so. Two things. Mr. X is right. This is content that just got thrown in her lap. She ain't gonna let it go. That's a fact. Jack, they messed up. At the same time, it does seem to be a little bit triggering because, again, she comes from lack. I know this. I've experienced this with my own family. Don't you dare assume we are poor, because we have been poor and may be poor tomorrow and may look poor right now. Don't you dare. It's an impoverished mindset. Wanting a need to impress people that you don't care about. Who cares if they think your tummies is empty? Who cares?
Something positive. But anywho, feeding empty little tummies is to pack and deliver meals for food deprived children in our community. What is our community? Manatee County. My children attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy, which is a free public charter school in Manatee County. And yes, they receive government funds for their students. Their vision is to eliminate hunger and meet the nutritional needs of the children in our community. Once again, that community is Manatee County, Florida. Manatee County covers Parrish, Florida, Ellington, Florida, Lakewood Ranch, Florida, Bradenton, Florida, just to name a few, even Mayaca. If you continue to scroll down on Feeding Empty Little Tummy's website, you'll see this. At Feeding Empty Little Tummies, the mission is simple, but the impact is huge. Every Friday, our volunteers quietly provide food-filled backpacks to children who rely on school meals during the week, but may have little or nothing to eat at home on the weekends. For these kids, it's a dependable source of nourishment when they need it most. Now, when we look at this statement and we look at Peach McIntyre's kids, aka my kids are not food deprived.
Yeah, these people don't know you. So the ego and the hubris is ridiculous. All right, why do you think these people know who the hell you is, your kids, any of this? Granted, you got 1 million subscribers on TikTok and all this stuff. Them people in that school can care less.
There you go. And you want to know what's else crazy? She didn't say nothing about her kids saying they didn't want it. Kids talk and say stuff. They're like, I'm hungry. She don't know. She will not disclose that. Her kids probably being there, oh, they like to eat stuff. So the teacher said, get them something because they like to eat. I wouldn't be surprised, but she won't touch on that. She's like, my kids didn't want that. No, they probably did want it. They probably mad you took it back.
My kids have a pantry full of food, a refrigerator full of food, a deep freezer in the garage filled with food. Also, they gave my children black plastic bags, not no motherfucking backpacks. My kids didn't even get a backpack, and nor did we consent for it. We don't need your services. Now let's continue to read. It states that the program currently serves thousands of students across Manatee County, working in partnership with local schools and relying on donations and volunteer support. When you support Felt, aka Feeding Empty Little Tummies, you're doing more than providing food. You're giving hope, stability, and a sense of normalcy to a child who might otherwise go without. Not my motherfucking kid. Whether you're donating, volunteering, or spreading the word, you're helping to change the lives of children right here in Manatee County. So this statement right here is incorrect because based on what just happened with my children who don't even qualify for free or reduced lunch, we pay the regular price. You're already misusing funds. The school hasn't helped you properly identify children who need your services. Now we're taking donation money and maybe even federal funds. I don't know. I got to look into it.
And there we go. Like Mr. Walker said, they done messed with the wrong one. So we're going to document this a little bit. All right. This has been ongoing. This happened like a week ago. And as y'all could imagine, every day it's been something. So we're going to try to see if we can document it because it has gotten wild. All right. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So maybe the next few shows, next week or two, we're going to try to get to the bottom of it.
Here we go. This successful poverty streaming. What is that? Putting poverty mindset on display, but getting to a bag in the process. That's what this is. And like I said, kudos to the financial game, but at what cost? Hopefully she knows what she's doing. You got to be careful with allegations. Just reading that, I'm seeing loopholes. It said that might go without. And the court, man, the attorney gonna eat that. It said might. It didn't say for sure, and it say guaranteed going with that. It says might. It's a possibility. Good luck. I can't wait to see how this play out.
Oh yeah, we here for it. Shout out to Tamika. She says it gets even wilder. Yes. Like I said, I don't know. I was just scrolling, but I was reading and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So we're gonna document it.
I'm here for it. It's interesting. I see her angle. I'm not gonna say I see her angle. I get it. Let's see how it plays out. Appreciate your brother David Ford coming through. Says I just Googled it. This is a free charter school. None of you pay anything for this school. Stop the cap. Why? So stop. A free charter school? Yeah, free stuff coming to. Yes. God, this ain't Swickley Academy. It's a free charter. That's, you know what? I didn't had it. Appreciate you, David Ford. Now it all makes it stop. I can't wait to see how this play out.
Well, she recently got kicked off. Peach, yeah, she lost her TikTok account like a couple weeks ago. She's been furious. She had over 1 million subs, and something happened with one of her kids. She was going live on TikTok, and her sons got the phone. She like, it's my fault. Maybe I'll find a video of her response. I guess her son got her phone, and he autistic, and he like, I don't know how old he is, and he was dancing with his drawers on or something. Something weird happened where her autistic son got a hold of her phone, and it was TikTok live, and he was dancing, and they deactivated her account for it.
Instantly. Child corn. Yes. Without a doubt. You know what? I don't like to see any melanated folks lose their income. Shout out to Kundra. But like, come on, man. You can't be so sloppy. This is that ego and pride. Like, folks be begging for this to happen to them. That's extremely unfortunate.
But you're taking that money and now you're giving it to children who don't even need the services. Now, with Feeding Empty Little Tummies Incorporated, all students should have a consent form. This is the school's responsibility. On this consent form, you should have the student's name, date of birth, their sex, their race, their zip code, the grade, the school they're attending, and a signature.
And here we go. So she's trying to say she didn't fill this out, but make sure y'all go over, like I said, to the Truth Over Lies channel, because there's some funny right here, even in this, that we talked about over there. And we were talking about what is black. It's like black African American. On this thing here, it says black or African American. All right, ain't no line. It say Pacific Islanders and all this stuff, but I don't see nothing about no Haitians, no Nigerians. Ain't none of that. Just black or African American. Go check the video out.
There we go. And again, shout out to the SBC Carpet Foot Horse Journalism. This is a free charter school. Like, she lost all credibility in my book with that fact. A free charter school, nobody's paying. Why wouldn't this program come through knowing that everybody, no shade, no shade at all. But it's like I said, if you paying, $20,000 a year, yeah, why y'all here and we paying this? Y'all, that don't make no sense. But this ain't that, Bonquisha.
From their parent or legal guardian. Oh, okay, my question is answered. They are receiving government funds and they're not properly using them. I have never seen this form a day in my life, and I have never signed this form. My kids went to the same school last year. Never in my life dealt with feeding empty little tummies, and I don't appreciate it. And I really feel like my children are being racially targeted at their predominantly white school. And I'm not going to shut up about it. Like, who signed my kids up for this? Who? Who decided that we have extra food and we're randomly going to give it to the black kids? Even though they only make up 3% of the population. And even though we know that Peach McIntyre is a social media content creator and her children do not receive free lunch, we're going to go ahead and give them a felt black bag, plastic bag, not even a book bag. And to those of you who are stating, oh, you're being ungrateful, you should have just donated it to somebody who's in need. That was the school's job to properly identify who is truly in need of feeding empty little tummies services and to also get consent. That's not my job. If I got to accept some food that I don't even need and then go give that food to somebody else who needs it, then that means they're not doing their job, and neither is the school.
It's just all ego. So she's offended because the bag is black, because the name of the program, and she's trying to connect dots that may not be there. All right. Because like I said, just a week ago, you were saying how great this school was and how wonderful it is. So
gotta be careful how you try to word your complaint. She said her kids were racially targeted. If you're going to say that, you got to end that with racially targeted and stopped and frisked, racially targeted and mistreated and abused by law enforcement. Her argument is her kids were racially targeted and given free food. That's how You know, if she's the plaintiff, that's how the defense gonna say that. She is claiming that her children were harmed and racially targeted by us giving them free food at no cost, no obligation.
So here we are. Nonetheless, we're gonna take Big Peach for tonight. Tonight, Peach, we're gonna put you in the pit.
Big funky Peach, you know that Peach stank.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.